In the heart of the African savanna, where the sun blazes down and the air is thick with the scent of wild grasses, a chilling scene unfolds. A leopard, one of nature's most majestic predators, lies motionless beneath the shade of an acacia tree. But this is no ordinary sight. The leopard's once glorious coat is marred by a horrific wound, a grotesque testament to a battle not with another beast, but with a swarm of bees. The wound, a gaping, festering mass, is a hive of activity, quite literally. The leopard's skin is riddled with the remnants of a bee infestation, a dark and disturbing spectacle that raises questions about the delicate balance of life in the wild. As we draw closer, the details become more apparent. The wound is not just a simple puncture, it is a gruesome amalgamation of swollen flesh, oozing pus, and the remnants of honeycomb embedded deep within the tissue. The bees, having found a perfect nesting site in the warmth of the leopard's body, have turned this once proud creature into a living hive. Their relentless buzzing fills the air, a sinister soundtrack to this macabre scene. Each bee, a tiny soldier of nature, has contributed to this grotesque transformation, burrowing into the leopard's skin, laying eggs, and feeding on the decaying flesh. It is a horrifying reminder of the raw, unfiltered brutality of nature, where survival often comes at a steep price. The infestation is not merely a nuisance, it is a death sentence. The leopard, weakened and in agony, struggles to fend off the relentless assault of the bees. Each sting is a reminder of its vulnerability, a stark contrast to the fierce predator it once was. The bees, driven by instinct, are not malicious. They are simply following their biological imperative. Yet, in their quest for survival, they have turned this magnificent creature into a grotesque spectacle of suffering. The irony is palpable. A creature known for its stealth and power is now reduced to a victim, a mere host for a swarm of insects. As we delve deeper into the science of this infestation, we uncover the complex relationship between bees and their environment. Bees are essential pollinators, playing a crucial role in the ecosystem. However, their behavior can sometimes lead to unintended consequences. In this case, the leopard's wound has provided an ideal environment for the bees to thrive, showcasing the unpredictable nature of life in the wild. These, in their quest for survival, have unwittingly become agents of destruction, highlighting the delicate balance that exists within ecosystems. But what does this mean for the leopard? The answer is both grim and thought-provoking. The infestation will likely lead to infection, and without intervention, the leopard's fate is sealed. It serves as a stark reminder of the fragility of life, where even the mightiest can fall prey to the smallest of creatures. In a world where humans often see themselves as the apex predators, this scenario flips the narrative, forcing us to confront our own vulnerabilities. We may dominate the land, but nature has a way of reminding us that we are not invincible. As we reflect on this dark tale, we must also consider the broader implications of our relationship with nature. The bees, while causing suffering to the leopard, are also vital to the health of our planet. Their role in pollination supports the growth of plants, which in turn sustains countless species, including humans. This paradox raises ethical questions about our place in the natural world. Are we the guardians of nature, or are we its greatest threat? The leopard's plight serves as a cautionary tale, urging us to recognize the interconnectedness of all living beings, and a twist of dark humor. One might ponder the leopard's thoughts as it endures this bizarre fate. Perhaps it wonders if it has become the unwitting star of a nature documentary, a cautionary tale for future generations of leopards. Beware the bees, it might think, for they are not just the harbingers of honey, but also of horror. In the end, this story is not just about a leopard and its bee infestation. It is a reflection of the intricate web of life, where every creature, no matter how small, plays a role in the grand tapestry of existence. And as we navigate our own lives, let us remember that we too are part of this delicate balance, forever intertwined with the wild and unpredictable forces of nature. In the dense, shadowy underbrush of the rainforest, a chilling scene unfolds, a sight that would make even the most seasoned wildlife observer recoil in horror. Here, amidst the vibrant greens and the cacophony of life, a gorilla stands, its powerful frame marred by a grotesque wound, a gaping cavity that seems to pulse with a life of its own. This is no ordinary injury. It is the result of a horrific bee infestation, a phenomenon that intertwines the fates of this majestic creature and the tiny, buzzing architects of its suffering. As we delve deeper into this unsettling tableau, prepare yourself for a journey that reveals the dark side of nature, where beauty and brutality coexist in a delicate balance. The gorilla, a symbol of strength and intelligence, now bears the scars of an unseen battle. The wound, a festering mass, is not merely a physical injury, but a testament to the relentless power of nature. It is a hive. A colony of bees has taken residence within the gorilla's flesh, transforming its body into a grotesque hive of activity. The bees, drawn by the warmth and the scent of the gorilla, have burrowed into its skin, creating a nest that thrives in the very essence of life. This infestation is not just a nuisance. It is a parasitic invasion, a dark twist in the circle of life that raises questions about survival, adaptation, and the often brutal realities of the natural world. As we observe this tragic spectacle, we must confront the unsettling truth: the gorilla is not merely a victim, but a participant in a complex ecological web. The bees, while causing immense suffering, are also fulfilling their role in the ecosystem. They pollinate, they reproduce, and they thrive, even at the expense of another creature's well-being. This duality of existence, where one life flourishes at the cost of another, forces us to reflect on the harsh realities of nature. The gorilla, in its struggle, embodies the fragility of life, a reminder that even the strongest among us can fall prey to the relentless forces of the wild. The infestation itself is a marvel of nature's design, albeit a grotesque one. The bees, with their intricate social structures and relentless work ethic, have turned the gorilla into a living hive. Each bee plays a role, from the queen, who lays the eggs, to the workers, who gather nectar and defend their home. The gorilla's body, once a sanctuary, has become a battleground, a site of conflict between the instinct to survive and the instinct to protect. The buzzing sound, once a mere background hum of the forest, now becomes a haunting symphony of suffering, echoing the struggle for existence. As we explore the implications of this infestation, we must also consider the role of humans in this narrative. Our encroachment into natural habitats, our pollution, and our disregard for the delicate balance of ecosystems have far-reaching consequences. The gorilla's plight is not an isolated incident. It is a reflection of a larger crisis, one where human actions disrupt the intricate dance of life. We have become the architects of chaos, unwittingly creating conditions that lead to such grotesque outcomes. The bees, in the desolate expanse of the Arctic, where the biting cold reigns supreme, a chilling tale unfolds, a tale of survival, suffering, and the unexpected horrors of nature. Meet the polar bear, a majestic creature often seen as the embodiment of strength and resilience. But today, we encounter a bear that tells a different story, one that is both shocking and grotesque. This bear, once a symbol of the icy wilderness, now bears a horrific wound, a gaping, festering cavity, the result of a bee infestation that has taken hold in the most unimaginable way. As we delve into this dark narrative, prepare yourself for a journey into the unsettling intersection of wildlife and the bizarre realities of nature. Imagine, if you will, the polar bear, its thick white fur matted and stained, not from the snow or ice, but from the relentless assault of thousands of angry bees. These tiny creatures, often overlooked in their importance to the ecosystem, have found a most unusual host. The bear, perhaps drawn by the sweet scent of honey or the allure of a hive, has unwittingly become a living target. The bees, in their frenzy, have burrowed into the bear's flesh, creating a grotesque hive-like wound that oozes with a mixture of blood and venom. Each sting, a reminder of nature's cruel indifference, serves to amplify the bear's suffering as it thrashes in agony, desperately trying to rid itself of the relentless swarm. This infestation is not merely a freak occurrence. It is a stark reminder of the delicate balance within ecosystems. Bees, vital pollinators, play a crucial role in maintaining the health in the heart of the African savanna, where the sun blazes down and the air is thick with the scent of dry grass and dust. A chilling scene unfolds. A lion, the majestic king of the jungle, lies motionless beneath the shade of an acacia tree. But this is no ordinary lion. It is a creature marked by a horrific wound, a grotesque testament to nature's darker side. The gaping hole in its side, a gruesome hive of activity, is not merely a wound, but a living nightmare, a bee infestation that has taken hold of its very flesh. As we draw closer, the sight is both shocking and fascinating, a reminder of the brutal realities of life in the wild. The lion's once proud mane is matted with dirt and blood, and the air is thick with the buzzing of thousands of angry bees, their tiny bodies swarming in a frenzied dance around their home. This lion, once a symbol of strength and power, now embodies vulnerability and suffering. The bees, having found a perfect nesting site within the lion's flesh, have created a hive that is both a marvel of nature and a horror to behold. The wound, festering and raw, is a breeding ground for these industrious insects. As they burrow deeper, they feed on the lion's tissue, creating a grotesque symbiosis that is as fascinating as it is repulsive. The lion's body, a once pristine canvas of muscle and sinew, is now a battleground, a site of conflict between predator and pest. The infestation is not merely a nuisance, it is a death sentence. The bees, driven by instinct, defend their hive with ferocity, stinging any creature that dares to approach. The lion, weakened and in pain, is unable to fend off the relentless assault. Lieutenant, each sting is a reminder of its plight, a painful jab that drives home the reality of its situation. The buzzing swarm is a cacophony of chaos, a sound that echoes the lion's desperation. As the days pass, the once mighty beast grows weaker, its strength sapped by the relentless onslaught of its tiny tormentors. But how did this lion come to be in such a dire predicament? The answer lies in the intricate web of life that exists in the savannah. Bees, often seen as harmless pollinators, can become a formidable force when they find a suitable nesting site. In this case, the lion's wound, perhaps inflicted by a rival or a careless encounter with a thorny bush, provided the perfect opportunity for the bees to establish their hive. It is a stark reminder of the fragility of life, where a single misstep can lead to a cascade of consequences. As we delve deeper into the biology of this infestation, we uncover the fascinating yet disturbing relationship between the lion and its unwelcome guests. The bees, belonging to a species known for their aggressive defense of the hive, have taken advantage of the lion's injury. They secrete a mixture of enzymes, and in the quiet, pastoral landscape, where the sun casts a golden hue over rolling hills, a chilling sight emerges. A sheep, once a symbol of innocence, now bears the grotesque mark of nature's darker side. Its wool, once fluffy and white, is matted and stained, revealing a horrific wound that seems to pulse with life. This is no ordinary injury. It is the result of a bee infestation, a phenomenon that transforms this gentle creature into a living canvas of suffering. As we delve deeper into this unsettling tableau, we uncover the grim reality of how bees, those industrious pollinators, can turn into agents of torment. The wound, the gaping hole, is not merely a result of a single bee sting, but rather a gruesome hive of activity. Within this gash, bees have made their home, laying eggs and feeding on the sheep's flesh. The larvae, writhing and squirming, feast on the living tissue, creating a grotesque symbiosis that is both fascinating and repulsive. The sheep, unable to comprehend the horror unfolding within its own body, suffers in silence, a victim of nature's cruel whims. The buzzing sound, once a gentle reminder of summer's bounty, now becomes a sinister soundtrack to this macabre scene. As we explore the biology behind this infestation, we learn that bees are not inherently malevolent. They are drawn to the sheep, perhaps by the scent of its wool or the warmth of its body. In their quest for a suitable nesting site, they unwittingly cause immense suffering. The larvae, once hatched, release enzymes that break down the sheep's flesh, leading to a slow and agonizing in the heart of a sun-drenched pasture, where the grass sways gently in the breeze. A scene unfolds that is both captivating and grotesque. Picture an ox, a creature typically associated with strength and resilience, now marred by a horrific wound that tells a chilling tale of nature's darker side. This is not just any injury, it is a gaping, festering hive of bees, a grotesque testament to the intersection of life and death, beauty and horror. As the camera zooms in, the viewer is drawn into the unsettling reality of this ox's plight, a living canvas of nature's brutality. The wound, swollen and oozing, is a hive teeming with thousands of bees. They're buzzing a sinister symphony that echoes the chaos of their existence. The infestation began innocently enough, as bees are wont to do. A solitary queen, seeking refuge, found her way into the ox's thick hide, laying her eggs in the warm, sheltered folds of flesh. What started as a small intrusion quickly spiraled into a nightmare. The larvae, once nestled safely within, began to grow, feeding on the ox's tissue, creating a grotesque symbiosis that would ultimately lead to the creature's suffering. The bees, in their relentless pursuit of survival, transform the ox into a living hive, a grotesque host for their burgeoning colony. As the viewer gazes upon this macabre spectacle, the scientific reality of bee infestations becomes chillingly clear. The ox, unable to swat away the relentless invaders, becomes a prisoner in its own body. The bees, driven by instinct, work tirelessly, their tiny bodies writhing in a frenzy of activity. They build their waxen structures, weaving a labyrinth of honeycomb within the wound, while the ox's flesh deteriorates around them.